Hi yoga fans, my name is Sherry and I'm one of Dashama's yoga loving interns, and after doing yoga for 1 year with her, I thought maybe it was time to start sharing the steps of my journey with some of you who might be at a beginner's level or maybe haven't even started yet because you're a little nervous about getting started and you don't know if it's really for you. So to get started, I wanted to run through 3 of the excuses that people use for not starting yoga, and I know them well because I've been through them myself. They were the things that sometimes put me off of yoga. Reason number 1, I can't do yoga because I'm not fit. Yoga is not something that you need to be fit for to start. It's just like anything else. You just need to get started and the fitness will come. Deciding to do yoga doesn't mean you have to go climb a mountain tomorrow without any training. It doesn't mean that you have to go run a marathon tomorrow without any training. Nobody expects you to be an amazing yoga practitioner after 1 day. So you don't need to be fit, you just need to be willing to give it a try, to step out on the mat and see what happens. And as you do it, the fitness levels will increase. I've seen my fitness levels increase, and I was not a gung-ho exerciser before. So if I can get started, trust me, you can too. Reason number 2, I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible. You don't need to be flexible either. I know that when you look at people who've been doing yoga for a long time, they're doing all these great moves and that looks like their bodies have no bones in them because they're so flexible. But I was possibly the least flexible person on the planet. I still have really tight hamstrings that plague me every day. My spine was not flexible, my shoulders, my hips, nothing. And I am not at Dashama's level yet because it's only been a year and I don't expect to be at her level yet. But if I look back at day 1 and I look at today, my flexibility has increased dramatically. And again, if I can become flexible, there's no reason that you can't either. And it's certainly not a good enough reason to not start. Reason number 3, yoga's weird. Yoga's not weird. But some people they're put off by the fact that they feel it's some kind of spiritual or religious thing that they have to get into. You don't have to look at it that way. You don't have to take a spiritual journey. You don't have to take a religious journey. You don't need to be Hindu and speak Sanskrit. You know, yoga is what you want it to be. If you want that spiritual connection, it's there, and you might find it without expecting it. That's what happened to me. I wasn't looking for that. I just wanted to be healthy and stretch out my legs a little bit, and I found a lot more than I ever expected to. But it's by no means a prerequisite, and if you don't want to chant, you don't want to listen to kirtan music, you don't want to learn all the Sanskrit words for everything, you don't have to do any of those things. All you have to do is just be on your mat, be in the moment, and do yoga. You don't have to do anything more or anything less than that. You don't have to change up your life. You don't have to do a whole overhaul. You don't have to feel like you have to immediately become vegan and meditate 4 hours a day. I meditate when I get the time. I have 2 kids. I don't have a lot of time for meditating. I do it when I can, and I'm always happy that I did, but it happens or it doesn't. I'm not vegan. I'm not even vegetarian. I eat meat. I enjoy a glass of wine. I have a bag of chips back there on my buffet that I fully intend to eat as soon as this video is done. You know, my life is not completely changed from the way it was before, but it has changed in so many small ways that amounted to something huge. And if you get started on yoga, you just might find that those changes happen for you too. Not necessarily the same changes I had, not the same changes that Dashama had, not the same changes that your neighbor had, but yoga will change you, and it will change you in the way you need it to. For me, the biggest change is with yoga and a bit of meditation and different breathing exercises that I've learned. I have been able to drastically overcome near debilitating panic attacks that I suffered from for over 10 years. I'm not even kidding. That's something I will be touching on in another video in the future, but that alone was worth it for me. So if you think of something in your life that is plaguing you, something that is really bothering you, maybe yoga is something that will change that for you. And if there's even a remote possibility, isn't that worth taking that chance? So forget the fitness, forget the flexibility, forget the chanting and anything that makes you uncomfortable. Just do what you want to do and give it a try. So I challenge you to get out on your mat, put aside the excuses, and try one of Dashma's videos. Try one of the beginner videos. She has tons of them available on her YouTube account. It's linked down below there in my description box. Try one of her videos and see what happens. And I would love to hear from you, to see what you think. You can leave me a comment here. Please feel free to subscribe to Dashma's, because she's always uploading great new stuff. And check in at 30dayyogachallenge.com. We'll be doing some changes over there as well. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a good evening. Namaste.